A very good morning to everyone, and I warmly welcome everyone. Firstly, thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Anchi Divya from 3rd Civil from Sanskrithi School of Engineering College, Puttaparthi. Today, we are presenting a webinar on uses of REVIT in construction industry and growing career opportunity, presenting by our Honorable Chief Guest Nitheesh Reddy Garu, founder and CEO of Winner Design Solutions LLP, and having 4+ years of experience in AEC industry, and he has worked on various projects like BIAL, SSER. He also worked on various domains like BIM, structural, interior designing, and transportation design technologies. It's our pleasure, and we are very excited to have your lectures here. Now, without any further ado, we'll turn our time over to our chief guest, Nitheesh Reddy Garu. Sir, please continue, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to everyone. So today we are here to know the uses of Revit in construction industry and the growing career opportunities. So let us begin our session. So what do you mean by Revit and what do you mean by construction industry? First of all, so Revit is something software called 3D BIM. Okay, three-dimensional building information. This software is also called as three-dimensional building information modeling. So, and what is the use of Revit software in construction industry? So, how is it useful for your growing career opportunities? We are going to see all that. So here I have mentioned AEC industry and the role of BIM and Revit. So AEC industry stands for architectural, engineering and construction. Okay. So as you work with any projects, there will be three different fields in respect to civil. Architectural field is different, engineering field is different, and construction field will be different. Okay. And what will be the role of BIM? BIM stands for Building Information Modeling. Okay. So, and BIM is not a software. BIM is only the concept which will be involved and related to Revit. Okay. So Revit is a software which was developed from the company called as PTC in the year 1977. So as everyone know, like AutoCAD is introduced in the year 1982. Before AutoCAD itself, Revit was introduced by the company called as PTC. PTC stands for Parametric Technology Corporation. When this software has been developed during that time, and it was developed only for the architectural usage. It was not developed for usage of electrical, mechanical, plumbing, structural, or nothing related to it. Only for the architect it has been developed. Okay. So what is the use of this seminar and why will it be helpful and how will it be helpful? Okay, we will see that. So when you start talking about a construction team, so in a construction team, all these people will be involved. Client will be involved, consultant will be involved, architect, contractor and subcontractor, and finally the engineer will be involved. Client is someone who is going to start up the project and he defines the aesthetic and functional needs, maybe define product requirement also. Okay, if you're doing anything related to the product requirement, then the product requirement will be defined by the client. If you're doing anything related to the service related thing will be defined by the client. So he's the person who is going to tell explain the complete details regarding the project, how we need and what he need. Okay, next coming to the consultant. So as we do the consulting work from our company, so we are people who will be doing all like structural drawings, architectural drawings, okay, mechanical, like you say electrical and plumbing drawings. So the client will be giving the complete project to a company. So there will be some people involved, like consultant team will be different, architect team will be different, and contractor team will be different. So consultant is access the risk and need and then defines a performance requirement, will focus on his specialism and may discrete other performance requirements. So he is finally going to give the requirements whatever is given by the client and will be explaining to the architect for doing all the drawings, construction drawings, all that. So architect is someone who is advised by specialists and consultants. As I mentioned, so consultant will start explaining the requirement, okay, to the architect as well as the subcontractors, may define performance specialization or list the products. So and so, see, if I start talking about a construction project, so first what you require is basically you need a plan. Okay. You start with scratch from plan. So then you start with, so plan will be including all the drawings like architectural drawing, structural drawing, electrical, plumbing. So in this, after finishing all this, there will be something called as shop drawings. Shop drawings, which are something but which will include all the detailed drawings with complete dimension details. All that will be included in shop drawings. Okay. So architect will perform their architectural drawings, and subcontractor is the person who is going to do the complete project. Contractor and subcontractor, these people will be involved in executing the project. It is not one architect will completely finish up the project, or it is not like one civil engineer will completely finish up the project. So as you start with working in a construction team, all these people has to be involved, and each and everyone has their own task assigned for them. Okay, so these are the stages of project. So how the project starts: schematic design. So schematic design is nothing but the drawings, like 2D drawings. So design development phase starts with the complete 3D drawings. Construction drawing is the complete 2D and 3D drawings with dimension details. And next it will start going for bidding, and the construction administration will be involved in the stages of the project. Okay. So coming to the AutoCAD, as you know, like everyone will be knowing, like whoever is civil engineers, like everyone in general know what is AutoCAD. So AutoCAD is a commercial software application developed for 2D and 3D computer aided design on drafting available since 1982. Okay, and it is developed and marketed by the company called as Autodesk. Autodesk was the first released its software in 1982 December. Okay, so as you know, like AutoCAD is developed or marketed by the company called Autodesk. But AutoCAD, it is not only used for civil. Okay, if I start defining or explaining about AutoCAD, so in civil there are so many fields. You might be knowing like transportation design, final years and third years. So transportation design will be there. Okay, and transportation design is nothing but the road design. So you'll be having irrigation drawings. Okay, and next coming to like like how the Google map works. All these concepts will be worked only on AutoCAD. See, AutoCAD map 3D you use it for how to work with Google Maps. So next, AutoCAD civil 3D is used for working on transportation design or road designing softwares. So there are so many usages only in civil. So next, if you classify, yeah, the people will be using AutoCAD for mechanical, AutoCAD for architecture, AutoCAD for MEP. So MEP stands for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. Okay, there are so many usages with AutoCAD, but when they developed initially, there was only one common general AutoCAD. Okay, so later on, once the AutoCAD desk started developing, so 1982 till 2000, the software was released only for DOS. DOS stands for Disk Operating System. So as you know, like we have Windows 7, 8, 10 and all. So Windows 10 will be supported now with AutoCAD. After 2000, whatever they released, all that versions will be supported with AutoCAD. And this will be the general user interface of AutoCAD. Like you'll be having common drafting tools like line, polyline, circuit, and all this. So this is a general software where you start working with the complete drawings. So advantages of is drawing to the full scale. So one best example what I can give is, so when you start working on, like you'll be having your engineering drawing. Okay. So you have started drawing the things on a sheet of paper. Okay. So you're drawing on a drawing sheet. So the drawing sheets, if there is spillage of water, ink, something happened by mistake or something you missed it somewhere. So you'll not have any chance of getting it back. Okay. So there are so many disadvantages over hand drafting over the AutoCAD. So you can make it to the full scale according to your adjustment. You can make the scaled drawings, shows difficult areas of modeling, less styles to manage, easy to control drawing scale, different drawing orientation, different drawing representation with layer properties and viewport, and get the advantages of annotation scaling, control printing preferences easily, sheet setup manager, and batch plot. Okay, if you have drawn like you have created a layout. So generally in your colleges, like any colleges, what they start teaching is like just basics of AutoCAD. So when the industrial level or like company level, what they'll be asking you is like, so to define the attributes and to define the blocks, to create the blocks, to create the layers, and to create the viewports. So in a construction drawing or in a company, all the drawings will be defined, given by different consultants or architects. So what your work will be there is just to edit it using the viewports, layouts, all this you have to do. So these are the advantages of using AutoCAD. So you can make the perspective drawings as well. This is the complete drawing done using AutoCAD in perspective view. So real-time project, which was worked on electrical site plan. As I mentioned, it is used for electrical drawings also. So here they have mentioned cutout in so-and-so unit, wide entry ramp from ground floor. So the complete, so can you see this red color things? These are completely called as cable trace. Okay. So there will be a drain pipes mentioned. Okay. The complete cable trace, all this will be included when this is a just real-time project, which I'm showing as an example for electrical site design. Next, you have transformer section. Okay. As I mentioned, it is not only for civil, it is not only for making the 2D plans. So I can mention AutoCAD can be used even for fashion designing, for jewelry design. All this design, the AutoCAD is used. So how it is used and how that can be implemented is the usage of tool according to the requirement can be varied, and it can be done with jewelry designs and the fashion design. Okay, so this is the transformer section, which you can see with real-time project. The same project here. This is these are the transformers. The transformers you can see it in the front view, and so this is a complete project using HVAC. So can anyone tell like, oh, what is HVAC? HVAC stands for heat ventilation and air conditioning. Okay, heat ventilation and air conditioning. So this concept, I'll start with Revit, because like I'm just showing you only the drawing, and this will be the schematic drawings, the complete electrical drawings, air cooled chiller, all this. This is HVAC elevation. This is a 2D plan, and this is a elevation, how it will be done. So industries that use AutoCAD, just few examples. All leading construction companies use AutoCAD. General, everyone, every firm, everyone, architect, interior designer, the general software everyone uses AutoCAD. So like designing industries use, manufacturing industries use, AEC industries, as I mentioned, architectural engineering and construction industries, MEP consultants, mechanical, electrical and plumbing consultants for fabrication drawings, and contractors. So these are the like major MNC companies where they use AutoCAD: Airbus, L&T, HAL, Indian Railways, all these people use AutoCAD. So as I mentioned, SCR. Okay. Oh, as I mentioned, I have worked for SCR. SCR stands for South Central Railway, the head office at Hyderabad. So for that completely, I have done the complete 2D drawings and the Stat Pro drawings for them. So these are the career prospects of AutoCAD. So AutoCAD designer salary. So generally, you people will be thinking like for IT people, there is a more job scope in the market. Okay, see like your electrical engineer, ECE, CSC, triple E, the people will be getting easy advantage, or where they'll be getting placed easily in the companies. So what is happening with civil engineering or like mechanical engineerings in the market is, so you are not be able to develop the skill. So you have your BTech degree or MTech degree. So BTech is equal to MTech. Now MTech degree whoever has done, even they are also not finding the jobs because of the lack of skill. Okay, if you start developing your skills, automatically the people will start hiring you. Okay, so AutoCAD designer salary, the average pay for an AutoCAD designer is 2 lakh 3,588 per year. Most people move on to the other jobs if they have more than 10 years experience in this field. The highest paying skill associated with the jobs are Microsoft Excel, Word, Microsoft Office, and engineering designing technical skills. So next, coming to BIM. BIM will be like something called building information modeling. Okay, so this will be like you will be having the efficiency in the drawings, transparency and quality. Okay, future of AEC industry. So what is BIM? What is AEC industry? How will it the future will be available in later on further coming days? Okay, BIM, Building Information Modeling, is an intelligent 3D model based process that gives architectural drawings, engineering, and construction. So AEC professionals the insight and tools to more efficiently plan, design, construct, manage buildings and infrastructure. Okay, so precast manufacturer, he is a steel detailer, engineer, detailer, architect, general contractor, and he is the owner. So initially I showed you the construction team, right? So these are the peoples involved. He is the owner. He is the complete person who want the building to be done. Okay. So he will start approaching the people like engineer or like precast detailer and steel detailer will come later on. First he'll start approaching the engineer. So then this architect, okay, then comes the detailer, then comes the general contractor, then at the finishing stage of the project, so steel detailer and precast fabricator comes up. Okay, so this will be the BIM cycle. Okay, how the complete project works on. Now you'll be having the visualization instead of telling like continuously speaking. So you'll be having the complete visualization how the project starts about the fabrication, 2D drawings, the complete thing. Okay, first you'll start with programming, then starts with conceptual design. Okay, then start with the detailed design, then start with analyzing the model, then come to the documentation, then come to the fabrication, then come to the construction logistics, operations and maintenance, and this will be like renovation. So if you wanted to make any renovation on the project, the same cycle has to be repeated. Okay, so let me speak something about LOD. LOD stands for level of development or detailing. So whatever the project, see AutoCAD drawings, if you just draw only the 2D plan using line and rectangle, okay. So a plan is drawn, but it is not having any dimension details. Just a 2D plan is mentioned. So there it starts with the complete 2D. It is called as LOD 100. So, sorry, LOD 200. So when the same drawing is given with the dimension details, it will be considered as LOD 250. Okay, next coming to LOD 300. LOD 300 will be completely implemented using REVIT, that is nothing but BIM concept. This is the LOD 300. You have length, width, and height. The third dimension is nothing but height. Okay, length and width will be your X and Y axis. XYZ will be like length, width, and height. The height also, the height of a building also can be seen in conceptual design of Revit. Okay. So first you'll develop the concept of the model. Okay, you'll just start developing the 2D model or 2D to 3D model, and that model will not have any finishing details. So what kind of material you used in that particular project or the model, it will not have any of the details. So next, once you see the detailed design, okay, detailed design also will be done in Revit. So, okay, so that will be included with the complete details, what and all the specifications are available for that particular building. Everything will be given in detail. So then you have to move on to the process of analysis. So what do you mean by analysis? Why do you need to analyze the structure? Okay, 2D plans. Next, coming to the conceptual design. Next, coming to the 3D, like complete 3D model with detailed design. Next, coming to the analysis. Okay, as I mentioned, Revit is software introduced in 1977. In the year 2002, Autodesk has purchased this software for $133 billion, and they started developing the software from 1977 till 2002. There was no updations in the software. There were no changes done with the software. When Autodesk has taken, so immediately it started developing. Okay, Autodesk is a very big MNC company. In the year 2005, they released Revit structure. Okay, in the year 2006, Revit MEP is introduced. In the year 2019, Revit Steel is introduced. In 20, they have started releasing Revit Precast. So year to year, they keep on developing the software according to the emerging trends in the present situation in the market. Okay, so I was speaking about detailed design. So once this detailed design is done, your building model is ready. So once the model is ready, you wanted to know whether your building will resist for the applied loads or not. After the application of loads, whether it can be dead, live, wind, seismic, anything, whether your building can resist or not. For that reason, you'll be start using and doing analysis. Okay. For analysis, as you know, like general software is Statro, you know. So for analysis, we have other softwares like ETABS, robot structure analysis, Tekla. Okay. So these are the general software for structural. Okay. For analysis, you have only two softwares, like three software: StatPro, ETABS, and robot structure analysis. Tekla and Revit structure are used for only modeling and detailing of structures. No analysis can be done using Tekla or Revit structure. Okay. So as I mentioned, 2005 Revit structure is introduced. If you wanted to take it to Revit structure, you can start giving the complete model can be transferred to Revit structure. And what is the rebar detailing available for that particular building model? Okay, how many number of rebars are required? Okay, what is the bar to bar spacing? The complete details can be given using Revit structure. Then you can start transferring the model to RPA, robot structure analysis. Okay, next, then coming to once your document like model analysis passed, then you'll move on to the documentation. So documentation is very important thing in the project. So okay, so why documentation is important in the project? So why this Revit is having that scope in the market? Okay, why? Because if any project you start, see, it is like normal 1 bhk house, 2 bhk house, g plus 4, g plus 3, doesn't require any documentations. Once you start working on a mnc level project, what will happen is, so I have worked for Bangalore International Airport, okay, BIAL. So there the complete drawings will be stored in some platform called as cloud. Okay, whatever the projects you do, everything will be stored in the cloud platform. Okay, I was working for railing designs with BIAL. Okay, so any drawings, whatever you design and give and document it and give it to the particular people or the complete consultant, they will store all the drawings. So Revit will store all the drawings in a cloud-based platform. So what will be the advantage of this? So you'll be seeing many buildings are getting collapsed due to the lack of strength, or it can be any reason. Okay, so what this Revit will do is like it will store the documents at any point of time after 10 years, after 20 years. There will be no chance of losing the project. The complete detailed documents will be recorded and stored in the Revit software. Okay, that is the main advantage why we use Revit. One is for documentation purpose. It is having very good advantages. Next, fabrication things can be done using Revit itself. So next, coming to the construction. So for construction thing, we are having 4D and 5D. You know what is 2D? 2D is your X and Y. For that, you'll be using AutoCAD software. So coming to the 3D, Revit software will be used. And coming to 4D and 5D, we are having separate software called as Navisworks Manage. Okay, Navisworks Manage is a software where it will be completely calculating what is the time taken to complete the project. Okay, what is the cost involved in the project, what is the total estimated cost, what is the total exact cost, when will the project get finished. As you know, for project planning management we use Primavera and Microsoft Project. These two are the softwares, but you no need to use the softwares. Revit is one software which will give the challenges to any other particular softwares. Revit cannot compete, like any software cannot compete with Revit. So that advantages it has in the scope in the market. So next you have construction logistics, operations and maintenance. So construction logistics is like what will be the uh, time required for getting all the equipment for that particular construction of building. So this 4D and 5D together we call this as Navisworks software where we use. And for this you are having operations and maintenance. So operations and maintenance is something which will be involved after executing the project. So you know everyone knows like what is Burj Khalifa height. 828 meters is the height of the Burj Khalifa. So more than the for the construction cost, if you are spending 120 cr, okay, 220 cr, so it should be designed or analyzed to be constructed. So the operations and maintenance cost should be coming less than the construction cost. So all this concept will become something called as green building studio. Okay. So once you start becoming a BIM engineer, okay, you'll be having some different designations. So you know AutoCAD, AutoCAD draftsman, AutoCAD designer, same like BIM engineer, BIM draftsman, okay, BIM manager. Okay. Next you have lead manager. So lead stands for leadership in energy and environmental design. So once you start developing the building or analyzing the building for making the green building concept, then it will be involved with leadership in energy and environmental design. So once you make the building, see, green building is not like putting the plants inside the building. So you're sitting in a room. So how the way how you have to construct or make the execution to be done is like, so once you enter into the room, there should be no requirement of AC or a fan. So once you're not using the AC or a fan, what will happen? Energy consumption will be less, so then the operations and maintenance costs come down. Okay, if you start using all the electrical related things, there will be so many things involved, so much of energy will be involved in a building. Okay, so to develop all that concepts, so we have to make the energy efficient buildings. Okay, next 4D and 5D, after coming with 6D. 6D will be considered as green building studio, that is again a separate software. Green building studio will be used for energy analysis of a building, but that is not a separate software which that is added as a plugin for Revit. Okay, so and 70 is all about operations and maintenance. Okay, next coming to the renovation. So for this is a big and vast concept. BIM is something like a not even a ocean, more big than that. Okay, so renovation will be all done using the reverse engineering concept, and that will be mentioned as recap. So recap will be something used for making the complete building for scanning the data. So you no need to go to the site, you no need to do anything. If you have a recap faro scanner, so that will capture all the data of the building. So from that you can start modeling and renovating the project. Okay, if you are considering for small buildings, all this will not work out. If I'm talking all about the MNC level projects. Okay, so next you'll start working on the program. This cycle will be repeated with the renovation. Okay,
What
so here you can
OpenBIM
see
does for you.
what OpenBIM does for you.
Why the AEC industry needs to change. The building industry has experienced negative growth in productivity in the last decades. The building industry is divided into many specialized disciplines. In order to design, construct, and operate a building, all disciplines have to work efficiently together with the same information. In conventional processes, information is exchanged on paper. This makes room for many different interpretations, mistakes, and errors. In all conventional projects, expensive errors are made due to lack of coordinated information. Often, time schedule and budget are exceeded. How does it change? By sharing all information between all actors in one open format, everyone can work efficiently without errors. A building information model, or BIM, is a digital representation of the real building. Each object in the real building is represented by equivalent digital objects in the BIM. All building information is shared by one open format called IFC and a standardized terminology called Data Dictionary. All project actors can access relevant information when they need it so that everyone can work efficiently together. How do we want to work? Let us give you an example on how we want to work with the building information models.
We want the school!
The client document their requirements in a database that follows the project the entire life cycle. The design team designs the building according to the client's requirements. The building is modeled by numerous digital objects. One of the objects is a door. The door is chosen from an object library in the design software. The design software automatically adds information about the position of the door. The consultants add information and requirements for dimensions, material, color, fittings and surface, thermal transmittance value.
So this is the main advantage using BAM. You are using AutoCAD, you are using SketchUp, you are using any other software. You'll not be getting the whatever the building model. It can be. It is not only the building. Any model which is modeled by using like any software, it will not give the any information. So Revit advantage is like if you start developing the door, if you start placing the door, wall, roof, ceiling, anything, it will just give the complete information. What type of door it is, at which floor it is placed. It is showing that it is the entrance door, and the architectural details will be given. What is the width, height, what type of handle is used, what type of material is used for that particular handle. So what kind of glass panel is used in that? The complete details will be mentioned. This is the main advantage. And as I mentioned, green building concept, that is energy analysis building, heating and cooling. So UV value is zero point 0.8. So every object will emit some heat or cool, even the walls, doors, whatever it is, it will be coming in such a way. You can just continue and see.
The architect positions the BIM in a digital map to enable the contractor to know exactly where to build the school. The project team uses the BIM to coordinate the disciplines and to analyze project cost, analyze life cycle costs, analyze energy performance and other environmental impact factors for environmental certification. The BIM is sent to the local building authorities to get a building permit. The authority's BIM server automatically
See, they are mentioning something called as IFC. So somewhere there will be some other projects or some plugin support needed. Okay. So since Revit is having, see, AutoCAD file saving format will be saved in the format of .dwg. Okay. Same way like Revit, it will be having .rvt. Since both these are from the company called as Autodesk, it will have mutual exchange in importing and exporting formats. So now you are having StatPro project, you are having ETABS project. So ETABS project will not be supported to import into Revit, or Revit model will not be supported to import into ETABS for analyzing. So then in that case, what you have to do is you have to save the file in the format of .ifc. IFC stands for Industry Foundation Classes. Okay. So this will be the complete BIM. And once coming to the 4D, so what is the area and volume, what is its function, energy analyzed, accessibility and cadastre, all this will be checked coming to the this.
checks the building and approves the project. The contractor uses the BIM to plan construction, to communicate with building product vendors to get quotes and environmental information on all the building components, including the door, make their own cost estimation. The contractor accepts the best offer from the product vendors. Automatically, all product information is added to the BIM while the real door is transported to the building site.
Hooray!
The property caretaker identifies the door with his handheld device and registers the damage. All the door information is
See,
available.
this is the main advantage. As I mentioned, it is not only the building collapse. If a door is damaged, so what is the door material used to replace it? Okay, whether the similar material of door will be available. You can continue and see.
At hand, and he can order new parts on site. The glazier repairs the door. The event and all information about the new parts are registered in the BIM. Building Smart is the solution. Building Smart's IFC format exchanges geometry and object information. IFC exchanges the building model. Building Smart Data Dictionary standardizes all types of entities, properties, and classification. The Data Dictionary ensures that all software understands the information in the building model. This is how we make the building industry work more efficient and produce more resource-efficient solutions. We need to document and share all information by one open format using one standardized terminology. That is Building Smart. Building Smart for a sustainable building industry.
So next UK's BIM level 2 model. So first they start with drawing board, next CAD, next coming to the BAM, next coming to the digital age. So and again this will be moving to level 0, that is nothing but LOD 100, LOD 150, LOD 200, LOD 300. Okay, this is how the BAM cycle will be moving on. So this is all about which countries are all using BIM. So almost every countries are using BIM, and what kind of models are see open BIM standards and mandate Norway is using. So it is mentioned here planning and BIM adoption. BIM adoption most of the countries will be doing Switzerland, Belgium, Italy. Okay, in India it is coming into existence now. Okay, you're having some very big MNCs. See, Autodesk is a very big, that is only in development of the softwares and designing of the softwares. So coming to the MNCs like Atkins, Arcadis, so many companies, they're all using same Revit and implementing the BIM process. Okay, BIM in India, resistance in changing habits, limited budgets. So why BIM is not able to get executed? Limited relevancy, interoperability issues, and avoiding standards. So these are the main things why people are not ready to introduce the BIM technology in India. So this is the reason why it is taking time. Okay. So if you start using BIM, you will never or you will not at all require with AutoCAD. Okay, the complete. So why is AutoCAD used? AutoCAD for making 2D plan section elevation. This is what general people will tell. Okay. So the complete things can be done using Revit also. The main advantage with Revit is like in AutoCAD, you have to make all these three things: 2D plan separately, 2D section separately, and 2D elevation separately. And the complete 3D model also can be done in AutoCAD, but that has to be done separately. Altogether, it will be taking time of example, say 1 hour. Okay. All the same thing can be executed or like implemented in Revit within 10 to 15 minutes. You just draw a plan, 2D plan, 2D section will be generated by the software, and 3D view also will be generated by the software. If you can do as fast as such, so you can just develop everything in even 5 minutes. So that fast the BIM can be done. So BIM adoption in India used by professionals in Indian built environmental sectors is largely experimental stage in India, because this is at all like it is a very vast subject and it is a vast concepts. You can do your master degrees on BAM. It is not like the transportation and all. You have master degrees in BAM also. So India policy no mandate and political support. See, that is like you have to have financial funding also. Okay, industry engagement is low. There are not such big companies like able to take up the BIM projects, and R&D, the research and development team is very less, and BIM is in first stage. Like they're trying to implement this. Comparatively weak in eastern region of India. This is some skepticism as there are no market leaders and success stories. But this will be the advantages. Okay, are we BIM ready? Okay, BIM working isn't just about software. As I mentioned, it is not only about the software, and a range of skills will be required. Suitable skills could include 3D CAD expertise. So you have to make the complete 3D drawings with the complete detail. That is LOD 350 drawings. You need to make it ready, and you have to know the IT and networking knowledge also. So BIM is one particular part of BIM I'm explaining. It is not like complete I'm explaining. See, BIM will have different softwares. We'll see all that. So IT and networking knowledge is required. Data transfer, security, and sharing is required. So for all this, there will be some electrical people involved and IT people involved and CSE. Like all the different domains will be involved. It is not only the civil engineer will involve in a BIM project. So like L&T. So L&T is a construction company. Everybody knows. Larsen and Technology is a construction company. But why a mechanical engineer will be working in L&T? So there will be mechanical engineering requirement also. An aptitude for teaching and encouraging others, familiarity with standards, data management and protocols, project management experience, coordination and liaison skills, financial and performance measurement and assessment. So these are the softwares in construction industry, general softwares. Okay. So modeling, you have to know like AutoCAD, SketchUp. See, AutoCAD and MicroStation are same 2D drafting softwares. AutoCAD is from Autodesk company. MicroStation is from Bentley product. MicroStation is a product of Bentley, and Revit architecture is from same Autodesk. Navisworks is also from Autodesk. Okay, SketchUp is from the different company called Trimble. Okay. Next, coming to the costing and scheduling, you have MSP, Primavera, and Navisworks. MSP is from Microsoft, Primavera is from Oracle, Navisworks is from Autodesk. So sustainability, Autodesk Ecotech analysis. As I'm speaking about 6D, that is energy analysis. So till 2013, this Autodesk has developed this particular software, Ecotech analysis. Now they changed it to Green Building Studio. Now the existing software available, this has been stopped, and they have modified it and attached it to the Green Building Studio. And these two are from Autodesk, and these are the different companies: Graphisoft Eco Designer, IES Solutions Virtual Environment VE Pro, Bentley Task Simulator, Bentley Hava Comp, Design Builder. These are all for sustainability. Sustainability is like what will be the lifespan, what is its energy. Complete details will be mentioned in that particular software. Here you can see standards, IFC, industry foundation classes I mentioned. So there are so many different softwares. You can see Tekla Structures, Ryuxa, okay, IES, Green Building Studio, E+, okay, so Libre, Vico Software, Data Science System, AutoCAD, Magic CAD, CADVent, TriCal. So many things are there. But general for all this basic is Revit. Okay. So why all these softwares are mentioned is like to define what is IFC. From this software to come to Revit, from any software you wanted to take up the project to Revit. So the general format which has to be saved is IFC. So structural drawings can be imported using IFC, MEP, architectural and architectural API. Okay. So this is how the BIM project will be completely shown. Okay. So there is a this is a 3D model done with walls, doors, windows, and application of MEP. Okay. I don't think so. There is structural drawings here. We have only application of MEP and 3D drawing. The 3D plan is done. The 3D drawings are there, and the complete. You can see piping here, right? So these are all your HVAC systems, heat ventilation, air conditioning. Have you ever thought you are moving into a movie theater or you are going into a completely closed software company? Okay. Everything is closed. How will you get air inside that particular room, building, or anything? Everything is closed. So everyone answer is, so I'll be getting the air from the AC. Since everything is closed, how will the air go out? So this is how the HVAC concept will be involved. Suppose I'm giving an example. So this is your ducting system. So this is something called a supply diffuser. Okay. To the same way, you'll have to the complete room corners written diffusers also. So whatever the air comes, the air will be coming from the diffuser. So there will be a different huge concepts RTU to AHU, AHU to duct to diffuser. The diffuser you'll be getting the cool air. Okay, you go to Reliance Mall, anywhere you go, you'll be having the centralized AC system. The complete centralized AC system can be done using Revit with this the same example of 3D model. Okay, and now supply is coming. The return will be from the return diffuser. Okay, suppose you're cooking in a kitchen. Okay, kitchen what it will have? It will have exhaust fans. Okay, so the exhaust concept will be applicable in Revit for industrial buildings where large amount of smoke and dust is involved. Okay, so Revit is having all this three features as of now. So to go with MEP, to go with structure, anything you wanted to learn, architecture is a basic where everybody has to know. So Revit architecture. So without the building model, Revit architecture, what I'll do, I'll be starting creating the building model. Without a building model, I cannot fit an AC in the air. Electrical points cannot be fitted without any walls or the building model. And plumbing, like piping drawings can also be not done. And Revit structural model also cannot be done using without help of Revit architecture. So Revit architecture is something like you can develop this kind of 3D models. Revit architecture is a design and construction documentation solution for architectural
Instead of
drawings.
Revit, if you can, sorry, instead of Revit, if you can use ETAP, sir, then what happened? ETAPs
For what?
for everything now you tell.
ETAPS is not having all these features and advantages. See, ETAPS you cannot do any fabrication works. ETAPS you cannot do any cladding works. ETAPS will not have, it will not carry any of the construction details or the drawings. It is just the structural model you'll be developing, and you'll be applying the loads, and you'll be getting the final output of detailed drawings. The ETAPS main purpose or the general purpose of ETAPS is just only to get the complete detailed drawings. StatPro, it will stop with design. Detailing will not be to that extent what you get it in ETAPS. Understood? So Revit structure, you can see the structural model. Okay, structure it represents, it can be a steel structure, it can be a concrete structure also. And Revit MEP will be something like this. So this will be called as chillers. Okay, so this will be the cable tray, this will be the ducting. From this particular point, you'll be getting the air. This is a 2D. Here you can see it in 3D. So this will be the GUIF Revit, graphical user interface. And what are the benefits of using Revit? It primarily helps architects, engineers to join the move towards BIM. It helps in collaboration of work with different team members. Okay, so now I am in Bangalore, so you will be in somewhere in abroad. Okay, so how this will work? So the project has to be like, you cannot share the file size. Say suppose the Revit file size is like 1 GB, it will not be always possible to share it, and again you are trying to get it, send me back the file, and I cannot integrate both. So you'll be having the advantage where all the team members can be worked on something called as cloud based platform, and it will have bidirectional associativity. So if you develop the 2D plan, it will automatically get converted into 3D. The 3D view of building systems can be represented here. Create building structure for 3D views. HVAC, heating and cooling load analysis can be done. So as somebody asked me now, so Revit, like ETABS cannot give all these challenges. It cannot calculate the heating and cooling loads. It cannot give the electrical panel scheduling. It cannot give the estimation. Estimation and costing also can be done using Revit. So plumbing, pressure drop controls, and lot more can be done. See, energy analysis, like what is the energy consumption, life cycle performance, what are the safety operations, and energy emitting from the building. All this will be considered. So you understood, right? That is the main advantage why people use Revit. See, this is the architectural plan. These are the MEP services. This is called as RTU, rooftop unit. From the RTU, the piping or the ducting will be given to AHU. AHU is something where we call it as air handling unit. From air handling unit, it will go to the other ducting system. From there, the pipes will be done, and from there you'll be getting the complete diffuser controlled systems. Okay, this is a chiller project. These are all the MEP projects done using Revit. So this will be your sectional details, elevation details using Revit. So I was speaking about LOD for 300 and 350. This is all your LOD 350, the complete drawing with complete details. So why Revit? Bright prospects for construction industry in India, increasing investments in residential construction and transportation infrastructure will drive growth in India's construction industry. So scope as Revit architect or Revit engineer, designer, design engineer, planning engineer, MEP consultant, BIM modeler, BIM consultant, site engineer. I told you about LED, LEED, leadership in energy and environmental design. So next you have QC, quality control engineer, costing engineer, and project managers. All these scopes like learning the Revit, you'll be having the job opportunities. Okay, so you can see about LED, lead.
Auckland's construction and building industry is booming. This is great for the economy, but there is a side effect to all the activity which is often overlooked. There is huge amounts of waste generated on building and construction sites. Much of it can be recycled, reused or redistributed back into the community. 40% of New Zealand landfill is generated from the building and construction industry. This affects our environment and our planet. It is not a sustainable practice. So, what can we do about it? Think about your waste. Does it have another life? Can you reuse that timber, those fittings, those fixtures? If you can't, maybe someone else can. So what are the options? By recycling, reusing, and reducing.
Instead of every time going and like cutting the trees, all that process, whatever the waste you are trying to generate, is there any possibility of reusing, recycling, and reducing the wastage, like energy analysis? 1 second.
As you are diverting from landfill. Diverting waste from landfill benefits us all and the planet. A sustainable business benefits from increased efficiency, a smaller carbon footprint, reduced accidents, instant solution. By working together with industry, we can build on the New Zealand clean green image. So instead of this, we can keep this. By using responsible waste specialists to manage your on-site waste streams, you can be assured that you're doing your part and moving towards a greater sustainable Aotearoa. Remember, even the largest avalanche is triggered by small things. So come on, New Zealand, are you with us?
So that is all about our today's session. So anyone having doubts? Hello.
No, if you have doubts, you can ask. Students, you can ask the doubts. Sir, excuse me. Can you
Yeah,
explain about the opportunities now? Which software is better now? We can tell the
yeah,
students after their BTech now. They'll be
yeah,
in confusion whether which software is good, whether which software we have to go. You can
yeah, yeah,
explain them clearly. Job opportunities. Mainly
yeah.
people are focusing on job opportunities only.
Correct, correct, correct.
Just give a glance, sir.
So here you are having many softwares. It is not like you have to learn all the softwares. Any one software you learn perfectly, that is fine. So okay. So for completely make, see, generally you have to know to approach any company to go for any job. General software, what you require is AutoCAD. So AutoCAD to what level you need is like to the professional level, not to the basic level. So professional level is something like where you'll be completely understanding what is layout, what is sheet creation, what are shop drawings. So all this will have to be known in AutoCAD. Okay. So generally you'll be knowing line, rectangle, circle. That is nothing but drawing tools, modifying tools, annotation tools. To the advanced and the to the professional level, you need to know the AutoCAD. So to approach any company, what is the job scope for like in the market is first requirement is AutoCAD. So next coming the job opportunity or the job scope will be completely depending on your interest. So present market requirement is only for two different things. One is BIM industry, one more is interior designing. So if the people are interested in interior designing, so they can start doing the softwares like SketchUp, V-Ray, and Skip. SketchUp is a software where they'll be using it for completely making the 3D model. So you can see, I'll just show you an example. So this is a 3D modeling software. Okay. But there will be no rendering done in this. So, general people will understand what is the plan. Okay. And you people understand what is 3D. Next, everybody will start get confusing what is rendering. So what is walkthrough? I'll show you a few examples. So so you can see the complete 3D buildings here. Okay. So for develop, if you are interested in something related to interior designing or elevation designs, generally what everybody does now. So if you are interested in that particular field, then you can choose SketchUp. If you wanted to move into the MNC level, I wanted to earn like, see, as a fresher, like your whatever, whichever year you pass out. So the present market requirement will be for interior designing, and you can approach for BIM industry, BIM manager, BIM consultant, all this. So these two are the major requirements in the present market. If any placement requirement is there, only for that two things, it will be having the further opportunities. Say another 5-10 years also, it will be the ever booming thing in the market. Okay. It depends on your interest, which software you wanted to learn. You are interested in interior designing, you can choose SketchUp, and SketchUp will not give you any features like rendering features. It will be only done using for using the model for creating the models like this. You'll not be able to do the complete rendering things. So what do you mean by render? So that building, how it is looking, is it looking realistic, or is it looking like after construction, it however it is looking in that way. So rendering is something. So house construction, once the plastering work is done, how it will be, the complete house construction after the application of material, painting work, granite, slab, everything at the finishing stage, after giving all the lighting effects and the output, how it will look. So the final post-processed image is considered as rendering. So this is the concept where you'll do. So rendering comes next. Okay, so you can see few renders here. So these are all the renders, just a samples. So application of material, application of light, application of background settings, all together the image whatever you get, the final output is considered as post processed image, that is considered as render. So this is the small elevation design. Okay, and you'll have different elevation designs done. So you can see in night modes, day modes. So this kind of outputs can be generated using the 3D modeling software. Okay, so Revit, you can do these models, but the output will not be the same because Revit is not having that high-end rendered graphic outputs. So for rendering, you need the graphic card to be high, RAM to be high, and the processor to be high. These are not the downloaded models from some internet. These are all live done models and done with rendering. So this particular outputs you can get, because once you start impressing the clients, automatically you get the projects. So you can make up the interiors like this. This is the complete SketchUp model done and rendered using Enscape. For rendering, for SketchUp, you have to take support of either V-Ray, Enscape. Okay. So you understood what is rendering. So next you have rendering image is done. So rendering of video rendering will be different. Animated rendered video will be different. Animation is something like, I can show you here. See, observe this video. You can observe water effect in that. There will be no movement of water. It will be a still image. Whatever it is there, like it will be still. A video will be seen. That is nothing but walkthrough. So rendered walkthrough is different. Animated walkthrough is different. Animated walkthrough is something like, you can see this is the best example. This is done for one company. So animation is something, there will be movement of everything. Whatever you take up. See, this is animated video. So for creating the animations, there are again two different things. One is 3ds Max you can use, one more is Lumion you can use. For rendered videos, you can use Enscape. For rendered images, you can use V-Ray. So I don't want any of this. Only modeling you wanted to do, then you can stop with SketchUp. Okay. So the present market requirement, AutoCAD is mandatory. SketchUp, V-Ray, Enscape you can take up, or you can choose Revit. So these are the present market requirements what are available. So the same job scope is also available. Say Revit, if you are capable of doing any kind of complex designs or parametric designs, your starting salary starts from 30 to 40K. Okay. And for SketchUp, it starts from 20 to 25K. Yes, sir.
Students, still any doubts you have? You can ask the sir. Sir, thank you, sir, for wonderful knowledge you have given about the every software, sir.
Yeah.
We'll go for a vote of thanks, sir.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I am Mamata from 3rd Civil, and I am here to present the vote of thanks for today's webinar. First and foremost, I thank our webinar guest Nitheesh Reddy sir for enlightening us with their knowledge. In despite of his busy schedule, he spent his valuable time with us. My heartful thanks to our chairman sir, principal sir, head of the department, and faculty for providing this platform. Last but not least, I thank to all my civil engineering friends for paying your attention and for making session successful. Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, sir. We will end the session, sir.
Sure, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.